you guys got married at 18, right?
Yeah.
We did it all throughout high school for 4 years. So then once we were 18,
It just felt like natural.
we were also waiting for marriage. We were definitely ready to get married.
The first ring he got me, he literally bought when he was like 17.
They had like a Valentine's Day sale, and I like spent every single dollar I had to buy it, and it wasn't a lot. It was not a lot.
I think because we've been married now like almost 4 years, everyone's like, oh, when are you gonna have kids? But like we're literally 22.
Like, we got married at 18. We
Like,
have a
we got
different
time.
timeline than everybody.
You got a lot of hate on social media for getting Botox.
I thought it was like permanent, but it like wears away, like it
Yeah.
wears off. It doesn't stay. I'll have to like redo this every like 4 months.
Today on the Unplanned podcast, we interviewed high school sweethearts Sam and Jess. The two started dating when they were only 14 years old, and despite pushback from a family member, they married right out of high school. But what many people don't know is that when Sam was only 10 years old, he lost his father to ALS. We talk about dealing with hate online, Jess's debut music album, and why they're waiting to start a family, all on today's episode. Hello, you there watching this on YouTube. In case you didn't know this, you can actually listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify, as well as like a bunch of other places too. It's pretty crazy. So if you're doing dishes or the laundry and you're like, or maybe you're driving your car, maybe you are making a very poor choice right now and watching our podcast while you're driving your car, that is a no. You should not be doing that. Put your phone away. You should probably just listen to us on an audio only platform like Apple Podcasts or Spotify. So highly recommend that. You can check us out. We post every single week, every single Wednesday at midnight. So if you are up at 12:01 a.m. in the morning on Wednesday, you can listen to our podcast on your way to work. Some people work at that time, so we're thinking of you. Okay, back to the episode. Thank you for listening to our podcast, and check us out on audio. It's cool. Okay, peace.
What's up, dudes?
And welcome back to the Unplanned podcast, baby. Yeah!
Where did this energy come from?
I don't know.
Came out of nowhere.
It's the LaCroix.
See, we're tired because we went to Burn Boot Camp this morning.
Yes,
We did.
They went and all worked out together today. How are you guys feeling? You guys feeling exhausted after
It was
Abby's?
good.
Dude, I feel like $1 million. I ain't gonna lie.
It wasn't like too like
It was a pretty
cardio.
chill
Yeah,
day.
it was pretty.
It was
yeah.
good.
But it was good. I'm
Honestly.
gonna be sore.
Yeah, I am too. I was worried you were going to be the only guy there.
I low-key was. There was like about 2 others, but no, I mean, I felt the female energy was just thriving in there.
Dude, Abby's group fitness class is no joke, right?
I'm feeling, yeah, no, it was
were
crazy.
Were you like huffing and puffing with a red face afterwards? Because that's me.
No, it was
Definitely.
not a cardio day.
Still, even on the
Still.
non-cardio days, I'm still
We
huffing
got a
and
good
puffing.
pump in, though.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Gotta
Matt,
get
you're never
pumped.
going to guess what happened on the way home, though.
What?
I literally hit a bird. Like, no, like, I don't
Dude,
You almost hit one this morning
hit a
too.
bird?
I
She
felt so sad.
you actually killed one?
We don't know the diagnosis.
Oh my
Honestly, I
god.
hope the bird is dead
Sam
because
was like, there were some feathers.
I looked back and it just like, yeah, there's some feathers in the sky. It was crazy.
That is so
like a
sad.
movie.
You know what's funny?
I
When
wasn't
Abby
even
and
going fast. Like, no,
No.
I literally, like, it just, I think it flew into the windshield.
It
And
did,
I
really
feel
did.
really sad about it.
That's not the first time that's happened, because when Abby and I were dating, she hit a cardinal and it got stuck in her car. So you could just see this like little
It
red
looked
puffball.
fake.
Oh my
looked like a
gosh.
fake bird.
No,
like
it
someone had
wasn't
put
a
it on there.
puffball. It was literally the face was out.
Oh,
sticking from the
The
front.
entire bird was at the front of Abby's
should've
car.
laughed.
It was really, really bad. And it was
Wow.
just really ironic, too, because Matt's family is Cardinals fans, like
Yeah.
the baseball.
I'm from St.
Oh.
Louis.
And my family is a Cubs fan, which is like their rival. And so it just looked so
It
intentional.
looks like it was
I'm
on
pretty
purpose.
sure your family thought that it was like a
A
car
gag gift
accessory.
or something. Yeah, some sort of like.
And it was like a real bird. And
Yeah.
it was so sad because I've been on the highway.
Today, I about hit a bird when I was driving Sam and Jess
What's
to our
going
house.
on with the birds in
And
America?
I slowed down and I saved a bird's life.
She
Abby,
wasn't
on the
even
other
going
hand-
fast though, I gotta say.
I drilled that
Smack
thing.
that thing.
I feel like I wasn't even going fast though. It just like flew into it.
Did you guys see the dent on the side of our Tesla where you can see where Abby hit like a yellow pole?
No, but
Or wait,
she,
no,
she
it was-
told us about
Wait,
that,
I hit
right?
a yellow
No,
pole?
wait. That was my mom that did that in a McDonald's drive-thru. That was a different story. You hit your parents' car parked in our driveway back in
Yeah,
Europe
and I
one time.
saw it. I was trying to avoid it. I was like, what is wrong with me? I think it was
You
the
and
cold
cars
medicine.
are just,
Yeah, I know. I've never been in like a formal accident though.
just birds and
Just
parked
birds, curbs.
Well, knock on
parked
knock on wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No accidents over
It's
here.
actually a serious fear, especially in Arizona. I feel like the drivers are crazy.
Guys, I'm so excited to talk with you today because Abby and I, like, we've always felt like we were the odd ones out getting married so young at 20 and 21. But you guys got married at 18, right?
Yeah.
Like, literally right
Fresh
after
out of high school.
Can we talk about that? That is
Absolutely.
crazy.
Yeah.
yeah, it was, I mean, it sounds so crazy, which it is, but at the same time, we started dating when we were 14. Like freshman year of high school, we were 14, and we did it all throughout high school without breaking up or having any problems at all. So then once we were 18, well, and we were waiting for marriage because we're, you know, Christian and everything. And so that was probably...
We were ready.
We were definitely ready to get married. But we were also already together for 4 years. So it wasn't like...
It just felt like natural. Like, okay, like now that we're adults, we want to move in together.
It's like, what else are we going to do?
What was that conversation like with your parents when you're in high school and saying, yeah, mom and dad, I'm going to get married as a high schooler?
Okay, me growing up LDS, I feel like that's like common-ish.
Okay.
At least like... We grew up in Northern California, so maybe not like so much in our area, but like in the religion, I feel like people will get married young because they're waiting. But I remember you went to like a wedding with your family and someone asked if like you were going to be next and you were like, maybe. And your mom was like, oh, you're not getting married till you like graduate college.
Yeah,
and Sam
my mom
was like, well, maybe.
I think my mom was just trying to like protect me from making a bad decision just because, you know, you're young, which it wasn't a bad decision, but it was,
but
you know,
it
could definitely be a bad decision, but I had to definitely talk her into it.
Well, by the time we turned 18, you were probably younger. I feel like by the time we turned 18, she was like very supportive.
I mean, yeah, like she's seen us dating for 4 years, so and like she loves Jess, and so it was. I mean, it was easy. It wasn't like everyone was supportive of it for sure.
So were you wedding planning when you were in high school?
Okay, actually, we graduated like a term early. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Okay, so our graduating class was 2020. So May 2020 is like when graduation was supposed to be, but we got out December 2019 because we had like enough credits.
So you guys are babies. That's crazy.
Yeah. And well, then like COVID hit too. So like, I feel like you proposed like, it was June. It was June. I always mix them up. June, he proposed, and like COVID had hit in like January. So in California, it was still very like, locked down and everything. So even if we would have still been in school, like I think everything was like canceled anyways or at home.
Wait, okay. So you said you proposed in the summer, so this was after you'd already graduated high school.
Yeah, so we graduated
Just after.
graduated in December. I proposed in June of the next year, and then we got married November that same year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was
So
quick.
still,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who planned the wedding?
We did.
We
We actually didn't even have a planner. We planned it.
Yeah, I wish we did have a planner.
Okay, well actually, because it was COVID, everything was shut down, especially in California. So we actually just did like kind of like almost like an elopement in Yosemite. It was basically just like our our immediate family, and one photographer was like all they allowed. And we just like got married in November, and then 6 months later in May, we actually had like a wedding with all of our friends and family once things kind of relaxed a little bit.
Okay.
But we honestly like are so glad it happened like that, because I feel like wedding days can be so stressful, and we feel like
Oh yeah, I wouldn't change it for anything.
it was so intimate and just like
I don't
relaxed.
remember a day of like our wedding with all of our family just because it's so hectic. But like we already had gotten married, and it was just us and our family and our siblings, and it was just like
it was a cool experience.
I remember every minute of that day,
That's
but like
sweet.
nothing really of the wedding, you know.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
What would your advice be to somebody who is wanting to get married, but then they don't have the money to maybe have a big wedding? Would you just tell them to elope like you guys did?
Honestly, like I like tell so many people it's so worth it to just, I mean, obviously having all your family there too, like cousins and, you know, having the whole thing is also awesome also. But like if you don't have the money for it, if you don't like want to do all that, I think
You
just
don't
going
feel
and
pressure to have a party for like everyone else. Isn't that like what they say?
Yeah.
I mean, I do feel like I would have like missed having a wedding and having everyone there. So I'm glad we did both. But if you're like looking into just doing something like more intimate beforehand, we really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Who were the voices in your life telling you to not get married? Was it like certain family members or certain friends?
Honestly,
I don't think anybody.
I feel like everyone knew us. Like we dated throughout our entire high school experience, and I feel like everyone just like knew we never like had like a toxic relationship on the outside to anyone either. So I feel like everyone was supportive. It was just kind of like,
I think it would have
this
been
is
weirder
time.
if we didn't get married like right out of high school, because everybody just knew that's what was going to happen.
I do wonder if people that didn't know us very well thought like maybe I was pregnant and that's why we did it fast. But obviously I'm not.
Not what happened.
But I always like told them, I was like, I wonder if people thought because we got married so fast. If
I
like,
bet.
I bet some people maybe wondered, but no.
That's sweet.
And
Well,
living
you
in,
guys, yeah, you said you're similar. Like you got married.
yeah,
super
I mean,
young.
I think we had a lot more pushback than you guys did. I think it must have
Really?
just been like the community that we were in, and like nobody had ill intentions. It was just
It wasn't like
as-
about us personally. It was just like, that's just really early. Like that's really young. Like
yeah.
You know, I will say the one person that did like tell me like you should like really think about this was my grandparents, and they got married at 17 and 19.
No
And they
way.
like worked out great, but they were like, you know, like getting married really young can like turn out bad for a lot of people. I know we did that. I think they were worried about setting like a bad example if like it didn't work out.
like they're like we're responsible.
Which
for
is
this.
totally valid. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
But I forgot
it is
about
pretty
that. I
crazy.
forgot that they were like kind of concerned. And now they're probably like every time we're with them, they're just like, you guys are such a good example.
Yeah.
They're always so sweet.
Sweet.
They're just so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
Do you feel like getting married at that age made it harder to relate to your peers?
Yeah. I even feel like in high school it was hard to like, well, I don't know if that was because we were dating. I think like just being like religious and like growing up in California, like I'm not going to go to parties. And maybe because I wasn't doing that, I didn't feel like super close to like some of the girls. And then, so I just kind of like clung to him and maybe like,
Yeah, but I also feel like our life was moving so fast at that time because it was 2020, COVID was happening, right? And we were just starting on social media too. So it was like, we kind of got married and then we moved to Utah. We moved out of California and we didn't really have all these like friends like in high school. So
we had a couple like other couples I feel like we would
Yeah.
hang out with, which
So
became
it was
like
kind
easier.
of, it was kind of just easy because we kind of were just doing our own thing.
I'm guessing like people in California just don't get married young at all. So was that different? Like, did you guys feel like you were in a bubble in a way, like your own little world inside this state that didn't have as many people that fit?
Maybe a little
your
bit. And
lifestyle?
maybe like COVID made that like less weird. Cause like I feel like maybe everyone was in their bubble, so it was just
Yeah.
like kind of we're like over here doing like planning our wedding.
That's so true. I think COVID really helped with like not making things weird.
Because I feel
it's
like
just-
yeah, if we would have still been like in high school or college and we were like having to just like plan our wedding around like all of our peers, that probably would have been
Yeah.
really strange. But yeah, I feel like we were just at like home, like
Literally,
trying
yeah.
to plan this thing. I remember there was like a lot of difficulties with like trying to get married because COVID kept happening. We kept having to like push the date. And then like there was like fires and like Yosemite Day had to keep getting changed. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
don't know,
happened.
like a little bit, but I think everyone was just kind of isolated in that time.
Northern California is pretty cool. Like we've
It
been
is,
there
yeah.
a little bit. I'd love to go back. But you guys moved, you guys left. I'm curious why, because it's so pretty up there.
when you live somewhere that's like we lived an hour from Lake Tahoe, which
Okay.
is like a destination for so many people, like 2 hours from San Francisco. But like when you grow up there, it's so weird. Like when you grow up there and you're there every day, like you don't, like we never went to Tahoe. We never really went to San Francisco. So like you live in this beautiful area, but
Like you take things for
kinda
granted that are so close.
Yeah.
But that's not why we moved. You can tell them why we moved.
So I obviously do music, and I
Yeah.
had a manager at the time that lived out in Utah. And so after we got married, we kind of wanted to like, honestly, growing up, I don't think either of us thought we'd leave California. We were like, oh, we're in the Golden State. I feel like when you grow up there, you really do like have pride for living there. We didn't want to leave, but I think it's also really good to like get out of your hometown and like explore. So we were like, you know what, let's go do this. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna be able to work with my manager and like kind of do the music. We had like saved up enough money to be able to like afford to buy like a townhouse out there. In California, we would have had to rent something because it's just so
Yeah,
expensive.
absolutely not buying
So we were
anything
like,
there.
you know, this like seems like it would make sense, like financially it'd be a good investment for us. So we moved out there, and I don't work with him anymore, but we just love it. We love Utah a lot, so we've just stayed. So
Yeah.
How old were you when you moved?
We had
18, right?
I think we're 18.
Or wait,
No, maybe we just had turned. We moved
just
in
turned 19.
March of 2021, and March is my birthday, so it was
Okay.
right
like
after, yeah.
her birthday's in February, so she just turned 19. I turned 19 like a week before we moved, and yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I feel like
19.
moving when we left our hometowns, obviously, right that same age to go to
Yeah, for
college.
college.
And I feel like there's
Yeah.
a lot of growth that happens like that first time you like leave everything you've known and just like I don't know. It was comfortable for us though because we had each other, and I'm sure like you're in the
Yeah,
same
honestly,
boat.
Yeah.
it was so scary, but yeah, you have
I feel like
each
I'd
other.
be
It
more
wasn't
scared
really
for
that
college,
bad.
honestly, because you're going out on your
By yourself.
own, having to meet new friends.
How did you make community in a completely new state when you're
That was
18
actually
years
hard.
didn't.
That was hard for us at first. That was
No, I'm serious. We lived there for
This
like
is
over
so
a year and had
embarrassing.
0 friends.
No.
we had like a dog park like by where like
This
by
is
the
so embarrassing.
townhouses.
We were trying so hard to make friends, guys.
Like, I feel like we had like internet friends from like this job, and we had like friends that we'd visit in California, but we didn't know anyone in Utah. So like we would go to the dog park with our dogs, well, because they wanted to be
Not just
there.
the dog park, the bowling alley. We would
We were
go,
like, let's like try to
Dude,
meet people, and we were like, this
we're
is just
like-
weird. This is like not
Because we
working.
live in like this college town, so we're like, where do the college kids hang out? Like the bowling alley. They go to like Chick-fil-A. Like we were so desperate for friends. It was
That
just so
sounds so
embarrassing.
bad. That was a
But it
funny
was like
time.
we were there for like so long, and literally like
It was a year that we
our
lived in that.
neighbors were like 50, and so we didn't have any friends. We like had each other,
Yeah.
so it wasn't
we thought
that big
there'd
of a
be
deal.
more younger people, but we just didn't really like meet anyone that was super young
Yeah.
in that
But then we
community.
moved into the house we are now, and we have amazing friends. They're our
The whole
neighbors.
neighborhood. We moved in and we just started meeting people, and they were all around our age, and like we just like hit it off with them, and yeah,
Don't have
that's
to
been
go
really
to the
nice.
dog park anymore.
Did you make any friends at the dog park?
Dude, not
No.
normal people. There's a lot of like interesting folks.
Who
at
did
the
you
dog
meet?
park.
Who did you meet at the dog park?
I have no idea, dude. It
This
was
is not best friend material.
no one and done type of scenarios. Just seeing
Just like
them.
nice
yeah.
conversations.
Yeah. They didn't leave the dog park. The conversations didn't leave the dog park.
We would go to a park. It wasn't a dog park, but there was like just interesting people walking around this lake, and that's when I first saw, like I actually have one now, but like One Wheels, it's that
Yeah.
wheel that it's kind of like a skateboard and it's electric. Anyway, I saw a kid riding one of those and got to try one out. That was like really random that I'm saying that right now, but I don't know, like just like so many interesting people. But yeah, we never
Yeah.
made any long-term friends from going to the park as
Yeah.
well during COVID.
Yeah.
Thank you to Lumi for sponsoring this portion of today's episode.
Are you smelly? Because we have a Lumi for you. I don't know. That was really stupid. I'm sorry.
Wow. Do you think I'm smelly?
No, I don't. I actually think I'm smelly, and I could probably use Lumi's deodorant a little bit more because it covers your entire body.
Their deodorant is great. Personally, I'm obsessed with the deodorant wipes. It makes sense. So, like moms, everyone is busy, and you're going from the gym to run all your other errands to the grocery store to go drop something off at the post office. Like there's so many things in different places we have to be in the day that we can't necessarily go right home after the gym or after we've been outside and get a little sweaty. And that's why I love Lumi's acidified deodorant wipes. Basically, I just keep them in my car. It's like a baby wipe, but it's designed for your personal body odor and sweat. Just wipe it on the stinky areas, and you can use it on your pits. You can use it on your privates even. In fact, it was patients' concerns about private part odor that originally inspired the OBGYN who invented Lumi. Did you know that?
I did. You know why I know that?
Because we've talked
Because I
about it here
listened to
before.
our podcast.
Oh, wow. Thank you for tuning in, Matt. Fast forward 6 years, and her game-changing whole body deodorant has now earned over 300,000 five-star reviews from people like me who love feeling confident from head to toe. Lumi's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, like the deodorant wipes or the mini body wash, and free shipping. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get 15% off all Lumi products with our exclusive code. And if you combine the 15% off with the already discounted starter pack, that equals over 40% off their starter pack. Use code UNPLANNED for 15% off your first purchase at lumideodorant.com. That's code UNPLANNED at LUMEDEODORANT.com.
I feel so grateful that we met in high school, because I feel like even dating outside of high school and college, it's like hard to just like meet people casually. And so like, yeah, I don't know. I think about that. Like we didn't have friends in our neighborhood. Like, yeah, we'd probably still be like trying to go to random
That's
places.
so sad, guys. We're way cooler than that.
Making friends as adults, though, is weird.
Hey,
Like, it
it's
is
okay.
so
We've
weird.
been there too. Like moving to Hawaii was really hard to make friends.
I bet.
I mean, I think everyone has a stage in their life where they don't have friends and they're just trying to figure that out. But
Yeah.
it does make it so much better when you have a friend, when you have
But
like
it's-
your
No,
spouse.
yeah.
Something I
Seriously.
do think about, though, I'm like, okay, if I feel weird, like trying to make friends, like putting myself out there, I feel like almost every other person out there is also like longing for community, friendship. And so I remember that. And then every single time without fail, people are like, yeah, let's do something. Let's put something on the calendar.
Yeah.
And like, it's great.
Yeah.
That's
The worst though is
awesome,
when
yeah.
there's like an existing clique or an existing group of people that like
Oh, yeah.
you want to be a part of the group, but then it's just like
They already have their plans. They're
like
Yeah.
are we a part of this? Are we not? And then like
Oh.
sometimes you get the invite and sometimes you don't. Like that's kind of uncomfy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever go through anything like that with living with all your moves?
Not really. Like, I feel like
I could see how that would be like really uncomfortable. I don't know. Not that
No.
comes to mind.
No, because most of our friends for the longest time were like kind of like you guys, like social media, like out of state, like
Yeah.
we can go somewhere and visit, and like we have a lot of friends like that across everywhere. And then
Just
not
like from
really.
high school,
Yeah,
basically,
high
or like
school, like
friends since kids type friends.
yeah,
And
Are you
then
still in touch with high school friends?
a couple?
about one or two maybe. Yeah,
Dude, I literally don't talk to anybody
Honestly,
from
I
high
have some
school.
friends like
Yeah.
from like more like preschool, like
Sweet.
Yeah.
But what's crazy about those high school friends, like at least for guys, I don't know if like girls are like this, but I don't talk to them at all, but maybe once every 1 or 2 years, like get in touch or talk, and it's like nothing has ever changed. Like we're just like
Yeah.
best friends like for life.
That's
Basically,
what
you
that's
know?
what I'm like with my college roommates. Like we just did a snowboarding trip this year, and I actually even had them on the podcast and interviewed them.
That's awesome.
but which was super fun. But yeah, I think it's cool when you have friends like that. You can just pick up where you left off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it that new neighborhood that you moved into in Utah after the townhouse? Was that where you kind of finally found community?
Yeah, it really
Okay.
was. Yeah. Like all of our neighbors are close to our age. Like the townhouse community was like, we were 19. Everyone around us was like 45 plus, like with kids and everything.
Yeah.
We weren't about to go over there for
Yeah,
dinner.
well,
It's kinda
it's
weird.
fun. Like we obviously don't have kids yet, but like our neighborhood, like it was like everyone moved in and everyone started having babies. There was like 8 girls pregnant at one point.
Crazy.
And so now they all have kids, and I feel like that's maybe like another period in people's lives where like they meet other people is like through their kids at school. So I think like that if we do have kids and still live there at some point, I feel like there's already like kind of that built-in like community, which is really fun. Have a bunch of young
Yeah.
little kiddos.
Does that make you guys want to have kids? Seeing all of your friends have kids?
Yes and no. I think it like yes, because they're so cute, but it also is like also shows us like how I feel like our lives are just really busy right now, and I feel like
Like we
with me
see
doing
what
music,
kids takes, through our friends, and also like we gotta get our little baby fixed through them, and then like we
Yeah.
can go
That's
home
good.
because we know we're not ready for kids yet.
yeah, we probably would be like music is just like as like me being a girl. If I were to get pregnant, like I feel like that would put everything on hold. So like I just feel like I'm not ready yet, 'cause like things are just going really well with that, and I think once you have your kids, like that needs to be like your focus.
If
For
Sam could just get pregnant for
at least
you.
till they're a little older.
know,
Yeah,
No way.
I'll just give you my uterus.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
No.
Megan Trainor did it. She had a baby and then now she's back
No,
touring.
yeah, exactly. But I feel like she had to get to a point where she could like, I don't know,
Take
take
a
a break.
break.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not like at that point yet where I can just be like put it on hold, because like Adele did it too. I feel like there's definitely like people
Adele
that do
has
it.
babies?
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
I honestly did not know that either.
I don't know how many. So don't quote me on that.
Baby.
But I know she has at least one. Yeah.
See?
But even
People
with that, like she's not ready yet. But
Sam's people
dude,
think when I
I'm
don't
not
want
ready for
Yeah.
kids. Like I still feel like
But
I'm
pretty-
18.
You never feel ready, right? Isn't that what they say? Like you won't. Like I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm even
Cut
close
out
to
for-
being like I'm not like
I don't
your
know.
dad.
Yeah, I feel like with me, like I wasn't like actually. No one ever feels ready, but like emotionally, I was like, yeah, I was ready like since high school. I was like, Matt, if it happens, like
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I feel that. I feel like if I wasn't doing music and wasn't thinking about
No,
like, all
totally.
that took, I'd be like,
But
let's
it
have a
kind of
kid.
works out perfectly because like she's like that. She has her music that's like holding her back. But then like I have me that I'm just like I'm not ready. So it's like we have never fought about like her wanting kids and I'm just like no. And then we never fought
Yeah.
about that. We're like we've always been on the same page. Maybe for like different reasons because she might be ready if she wasn't doing her music thing. But
Yeah.
it just kind of works out because
No, that's awesome.
yeah.
I think there's no timeline for any of this stuff.
Yeah.
And,
We're
like,
so
Well,
young
I feel
still.
like I think because we've been married now, like I guess almost 4 years, like it feels like everyone's like, oh, when are you gonna have kids? But like we're literally 22.
like we got married at 18, so
Yeah,
like we have
like,
a
we got
different
time.
timeline than
We're
everybody.
literally
We don't
22.
follow the traditional.
Seriously, yeah, that's so
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
That's so funny.
And with music, I mean, that industry, I know firsthand, right? Like, it is so competitive
Yeah.
and so, like, not easy to do. So, like congrats on what you've been able to accomplish
Thank
in the
you.
music. It's not like you just, put out a few songs and oh yay, everyone's listening to my music. No, you have to like really work for it.
Yeah.
And so it's cool to watch you thrive with your releases, and I know you're about to release an album at some point this year, which is super exciting.
I know, guys. I feel like I shouldn't be talking about this, but by the time this comes out, I'll be able to. So yeah, we have an album that's coming out November 1st.
Whoa!
It's actually on our
So
4-year
soon.
anniversary.
Yeah, that's when we got
So
Oh, sweet.
So that
What
means
a way
there's
to
good luck
celebrate.
ahead.
Congrats.
I know.
It's
It's amazing.
yeah, I'm so excited. It's definitely been a long process.
Has this
yeah.
been something you've always wanted to do?
Yeah, like I grew up watching like American Idol or like The Voice, and I think like just like seeing that, there's just something that's always just pulled me. I was like, I want to do that. I want to be on that stage. I wrote a song when I was like, I think like 11 or 12 called like Dream, and it was just all about like wanting to be on stage and sing. And so
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Did you ever release that song?
Not professionally, but it's still on YouTube. I performed it at some like contest.
I love
No
that.
way.
Yeah. So
You go through her YouTube, dude. It's like
it goes
the
back
vault.
far. I think people think that like when someone that does like influencing as like a job and they like also release music, they're like, oh, it's another influencer like trying to sing.
Yeah.
But it's like you said, you had a passion for it before like
Yeah.
you ever even got into that. And
She's
it's
been
the same
posting
thing.
YouTube, like singing YouTube since
Since
like
I was 9, probably.
literally. Like if you go on her YouTube, it's like 10 years ago, like her singing stuff. So it's been
That's
a long
sweet.
time.
So
Long
those
process.
were your first videos too. I don't
Yeah.
know like if you thought this when you were a kid, but I thought when I was 13, if I Justin Bieber put out a
Oh,
video of
yeah,
him singing,
absolutely.
and that's how we just got discovered. So like I just have to put out one video of me singing, and I'll do Baby by Justin Bieber, and then like Scooter Braun's gonna come scoop me up,
Literally.
and everything's gonna work out.
Oh yeah, no, I
Right?
would literally. Sometimes I would be like, if I was like out with my family. This is like I was probably like 10. Like I would like sing in public places, like on the low key, being like, you never know who's.
She's like looking around.
Or like
Just
you hope like one of those Disney scouts will like come get you at the
Yeah,
mall and be like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, like your look is perfect for the new Disney show.
Hey, you were in
Maybe-
California.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
were in
I mean, I
California.
don't know if anyone's up in
8
NorCal,
hours from LA.
but oh my gosh.
You gotta have a little bit of delusion, right? To
Yes.
really like keep going.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I had a songwriting session. Actually, one of the writers was like, to like want to be an artist, you have to somewhat be a little delusional because like only 1% of people actually
Not
do
even
it.
1%.
You're probably not
like
even.
zero,
He was
zero,
like, so to be an
zero one.
artist, you have to have a little bit of some like delusion to think you can
Yeah.
like do it.
A healthy dose of delusional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so right. And I think even, I mean, like the job that you did before you were an artist, I mean, social media, you have to have delusion too. To think
Yeah.
that like someone's going to watch your YouTube video or someone's going to watch
100%.
your TikTok video, which is kind of cool that you guys were able to do that all while you were, young and married and just like figuring out things at such a young
Yeah.
age.
Yeah, I feel like the internet got to kind of like we got to watch each other grow up, which is kind of crazy. I guess same with you guys, but
Something that I think is super funny that you do is you'll do these concept songs where it's about a breakup or it's like a revenge song or something.
Yeah.
And and seeing you sing these songs to Sam cracks me up because like you guys have such a healthy relationship.
I know.
And I don't think from the comments that I've seen, like people are they're like chill, like they understand that it's just like a story to the song and it's not supposed to be like applied to your life. I feel like if I were ever to do something like that, I think it would not go over well. Like
I will say it's been slow coming. I still get comments actually that people are like why I think every time I post a song
Yeah.
that's like a breakup, I get comments that are like, why is she writing this if she has a great relationship? Like, are her and Sam okay? Is like things going well? But I feel like people don't realize that like, well, first of all, a lot of artists take songs that they didn't even write. I've been in the room and wrote every song I've put out, but
Yeah.
like a lot of people take songs that they didn't have anything to do with the writing process. And also sometimes like I'll write a breakup song that like I put into like the form of a breakup song, but it was inspired by like a different relationship or just like a different scenario that I then like put it into something that I feel like people can relate in that way. Cause
Yeah.
I don't know. I also just like a good breakup song. I feel like I don't know. I feel like that's like something people like talk about is like being in a healthy marriage or relationship is still like relating to like
Everyone
a breakup
likes
song.
a good breakup song. You know?
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. There's something that's always like I've always gravitated towards like a sad song. Like my mom used to always be like, why are you writing these sad songs? I'd never even had a boyfriend, but I just like, I don't know,
You're
something
like, I'm
about
feeling
it.
moody.
Yeah, I don't know. I also feel like sad songs are like, a little easier to write. I don't know. It's like there's more descriptive words, I feel like, or it's easier to write like a really emotional sad song than it is to write a happy song and like try to make it not feel cheesy. I feel like sometimes there's a little more that goes into that.
I also feel like it's kind of sad to say, but I think a lot of people in the world have had more like sad moments than like an over joyful life. Like they might have like they probably had more breakups than like amazing relationships. So I think like it might be easier to write breakup songs like for people to relate to.
Yeah.
Because if you write an amazing, happy, like go lucky song, maybe not everyone can really relate to that. Like in a relationship type of way, like she writes a happy relationship song, maybe not that many people could relate to that, but I think everybody could probably relate to a breakup song. So it's just kind of, you know, that part of it too.
Yeah, everyone's had like, well, most people have had. I know you guys were your first boyfriend, like each other's first boyfriend, but most people have had like a bad experience that maybe.
But I think like relationship breakup songs could also be related to like losing a loved one or like just a breakup, like friends or, you know, family. So I think you can relate to it however you want to relate to it.
It's kind of fun to blast a breakup song at the top of your car speakers and just like sing along whenever you're like, you know, maybe you're sad about something that happened in your day and you're just like, man, I want to feel this emotion.
Sad right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sad. I gotta feel it.
Have you ever helped write a song or like inspired a song?
Well, I guess low-key inspired.
Oh yeah, he's inspired.
Someday.
All my love songs are about Sam, so he's definitely
really
inspired
sweet.
a lot of songs. Or I think there was one day that I was like trying to figure out like a word to replace in a song that wasn't fitting right, and you did come through. He was
Maybe
like, "Why don't you put this in there?" Yeah, help me with one word.
Did you get a
but-
writing credit on that song?
Nah, bro, I didn't get none of that.
That's one word.
Actually, I do remember this came to me, a really sweet song you wrote about, for him about his dad.
Yeah, that was on my first project. I knew like going into writing that was crazy. Like for people that don't know, when you write songs, you go into sessions and you like write a song and like usually you'll do a bunch and then you'll pick which like ones are the best to like put on the project. For my first one though, it was literally like I had 2 producers come out and we just like wrote, was it 6 songs that week? 5 or 6
EP.
songs. Yeah, and I just
6
like
songs.
put all those songs out. And I think it was like the last song of that week. I was like, I want to try and write a song for Sam about how he unfortunately lost his dad when he was 10. And I knew I wanted to write a song for him and for like other people that might relate to that. But I didn't know how to, like, it's kind of an intimidating thing, like, to try to word write. But I feel like that session is one I'll always remember. We were all, like, just, like, crying together in the room. And it was just, like, I could barely, like, record it. It was really emotional, but it was a really special moment to show him. I remember, like, getting it back, and it was, like, 10 p.m. And I was like, I know that. Like,
It was later than that. It was like 1 a.m. She was
and I
like
was like,
at
I
the
have
studio.
to show you the song. I've been waiting to get it back. I was like, I have to show you.
It was so funny because she had done the song like maybe 3 weeks before, but it wasn't done yet. Like she had written it and it wasn't like really done. So she went back to the studio and was there all day, like kind of
Background
more
vocals.
finalizing it. And she texted me, she's like, okay, I'm on my way home, but like I want to record showing you this song. And I was like, dude, it's 1 a.m. Like, can we not like wait until tomorrow to like, because I didn't know what it was about. I thought it was just
surprise.
No, it was
No,
a
I just
surprise.
told him I had a song that I wrote for him. So he thought it was like another love song.
I was just like, you know, I've like, how many times, like, not in a bad way, but just like, it doesn't have to be at 1 a.m. Like,
Yeah.
it can wait,
Yeah, yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't look good at 1 a.m. It's like, I can like make myself look better in the morning. But then she's like, no, like, I need to come home and show you. So it's like,
Yeah.
definitely was not expecting that song to start playing. I like started bawling instantly. It was crazy.
Aw.
Yeah.
That song's beautiful. I
you.
love.
It's so beautiful.
I love it.
Thank you.
Like I showed it to Abby and I was like, this is
Actually,
this
we
is
listened
really...
to it while we were driving in Northern California.
It's definitely my favorite song. Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How have you been doing as like a newly married man, and obviously like you don't have your dad here, and so I'm curious like how do you have like a father figure or somebody like you look to in your life that kind of helps guide you?
I feel like low key your dad, like her dad taught me how to change my oil in my car.
Nice.
I'm getting a little emotional, but
Aw.
pretty much, yeah.
Oh, that's really sweet.
That's
You can
really,
make me
really
cry.
sweet.
You make me cry.
That's so cool that your dad's like your dad is like now your dad in a way, you know?
Pretty much.
Oh yeah, my dad loves Sam. It was funny. He named my sister Samantha because his dog name was Samson, so he loved the name Sam. So he already had brownie points just for having the name Sam.
Oh my gosh.
It was funny.
Yeah, sorry.
No, dude, you're good.
But his dad would have been like that. His dad was very like, from what I've heard, I never got to meet his dad, but he was like, his mom will tell me that he would have like rebuilt an engine in their car if it was broke. Like he was very just hands.
Dude, it's okay. Yeah, you're good.
Did you share the song with Sam's mom too?
Yeah, I should have recorded that one. I think they were just like visiting one time and I showed both of them in the car, but
We could pause too if you want.
Yeah, dude, if you want, it's
I'm
totally
good.
chill.
I'm good. See, like whenever we start talking about this, I'm like, oh no, I'm good. Like I can talk about this, but then like no, I'm not. Like I'm fine. But it's just like, you know.
But I'm like someone that, like
hard.
you could cry and I'll start crying too.
Yeah. Thank you to Factor for sponsoring today's episode.
The most convenient thing when you're a parent is being able to have a meal ready in under 5 minutes. And with Factor, that's possible. Actually, it's 2 minutes. You throw a Factor meal in the microwave for 2 minutes and shazao, it's ready to go.
Shazao.
And Factor meals are always fresh, never frozen, brought directly to your doorstep, and they taste really good.
They're very, very yummy. They have so many different types of meals designed for so many different types of dietary needs, such as Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, which is the one we really tend to get the most often because we're trying to get that protein in.
Oh, yeah.
With an active lifestyle. They also have keto, vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian.
That's actually the thing I do.
flexitarian.
I was looking on the nutrition facts on the Factor meals to decide, okay, this is the one that I want because I want one that has lots of protein because you just feel fuller.
They have 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week. You always have new flavors to explore. They really, really are so yummy. What's your favorite flavor?
The one that I always get is the sun-dried tomato chicken.
That one's good. I like the garlic chicken thighs.
What surprised me, though, is the wellness shots are actually really tasty.
Their juices are good. All the add-ons
And
we've
I
had are
always
really
see
yummy.
the Factor truck in our neighborhood. Like, I feel like
People
all of
are
our
catching
neighbors
on.
are catching on to how tasty they are.
They are so tasty, so convenient. Like Matt said, they're ready in just 2 minutes. Treat yourself with restaurant quality meals that feature premium ingredients like filet mignon, shrimp, and blackened salmon. Head to factormeals.com/unplanned50 and use code unplanned50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code unplanned50 at factormeals.com/unplanned50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active.
I don't know if we've talked about, I think we talked about this at some point, but they came out, I showed them the song, and my manager at the time had the idea for them to sing on the outro of it. There's like some like hums, yeah. And so they came into the studio and they all like threw some like what they call like gang vocals on.
Wait,
So
is
their
your
voices,
voice in the...
their voices are all
my
on the
voice,
outro.
my mom's voice, and my brother's voice are like all, and like a bunch of like the producers there, but like we were all like,
Just make it feel big.
it's cool.
And when I opened for Natalie on tour, I'd like ended my
set.
my set with that song, which was really cool to have like the audience just like hum with me. So
That gang vocal is really
Yeah.
powerful. That's my favorite
Yeah.
part of the song,
Yeah.
actually, which is like...
Yeah.
yeah, so Sam's in there.
Yeah, I'm in there tucked in nicely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do sing.
I do sing. Hey,
That
I
was
guess,
the one time. He won't sing for me other than that, but like that and like at church he'll sing the hymns a little bit, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's all I'll give her.
No, sweet.
All I do.
I mean, like, you can just tell how, just like the way you talk about your dad and the way you've spoken just now, like, I can just tell how close you were and like how good of a guy he was. And and so yeah, I'm so sorry. Like,
Oh no,
yeah.
it's okay. See, like,
Like-
I'm crying. It's like this big thing, but it's really like, I mean, it's okay. Like, it was 12 years ago, and it's not like a really thing I
Fresh
like.
thing.
It's not fresh, or it's not something that like I really sit up thinking about every day. But it's like, you know,
I feel like there was periods where like I think when we were getting married that maybe you felt it like more like not having him there, things like that. But I feel like as time's gone on, it's maybe gotten a little bit easier,
yeah.
which is, you know, I don't know if that's good, but like, yeah, just.
I mean, it's just life, you know. It's just how it is. Yeah.
if you don't mind me asking, was it cancer or like what exactly
It was,
happened?
I guess, kind of like, it's called ALS. So it's like
Okay.
It's what they think Stephen Hawking had.
Yeah.
How like your
Oh,
body
okay.
like kind of.
But most people, it's like the life expectancy when you get diagnosed is like 2 to 5 years only. It's not like a big drawn out thing, which I guess could be looked at in a good way. Like, you don't have to live your whole life with some crazy like disability. But no, I mean, it was like a fast like thing, and
You guys only knew for like a year, right? It was pretty.
I think it was like
short,
15 months. It was like pretty quick.
really
Yeah.
Fast.
Oh, wow.
But
But yeah, it's basically where like I could be saying this wrong, but it's like where your brain can't like send signals right to like the
yeah,
muscles, so your body slowly
motor neurons or something like start getting cut off. So like you kind of lose like you kind of like your legs stop working, and then like your arm, like you kind of just like slowly get paralyzed.
But your head is all, you can still think. So it's kind of,
Pretty crazy. Yeah.
That's where the ice bucket challenge came from, right?
Yeah.
The ALS ice bucket
It
challenge.
was crazy because I was definitely like doing that. I feel like everyone was doing
I did that, yeah, when I was a
Yeah,
kid.
and I had no, like, I like didn't.
That was like one of my first videos on Instagram. I was like, I'm gonna pour this bucket of water on my
awareness.
head.
I wish I could find the video because I think I did it with my brother.
Wow, that'd be
I think my
interesting
mom
to see.
recorded it. I wish I could find that video because that was like
Was
years.
that,
that was so long
before
ago.
or after?
It was definitely after. Yeah.
Wow.
Probably pretty closely after too. I mean, that was like, yeah, pretty crazy.
Is that something that you're pretty passionate about, like, raising awareness about ALS? Like, is that...
I mean, not like, I don't know, not really, like, not in a bad way, but just like, I don't know. Like, I don't like being the person that like pulls like the sympathy card for like having something like crazy happen in my life. Like I wouldn't have talked about it on here unless it was brought up type of thing. So I'm not like, it's not like my whole personality where I'm just like, and no hate to like anybody that like makes something like that their personality online, but it's just like,
But maybe sometime in the future, like
Maybe.
if it makes sense, I feel like it would make sense to kind of bring more awareness to it. Because I think it's something that they definitely need more research on. Because I feel like I hear about people getting diagnosed all the time, which is, really sad.
Is it one of those things that you just rather not talk about just because it was such a hard time in your life?
No, not even that. It's honestly like I don't care. Like it's fine to talk about. Like I'll talk about it, whatever. But I think just bringing up the song and like the whole thing was just like. But no, like really, like it's. I mean, like I said, it's happened like so long ago, and it's
I feel like that's the thing about grief. Like, as soon as I start to think I'm like over missing someone, it just like slaps you in the face. You're like, oh, there's just like one thing. And like pivotal moments in your life, like, even like they say holidays, like weddings, stuff. It's just like, you start to think more about it. And who you're missing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
What's a happy song that you've written?
I do have quite a few happy songs, especially on this new project. There's a bunch of like up-tempo stuff, which I'm excited about. Because I feel like after going on tour, I was like, I need to write some stuff that is fun to like play live. So yeah, there's a bunch of songs that I feel like have like a more up-tempo vibe on this project. So
Touring, that's so cool. What do people need to know about touring that they wouldn't really think about?
I don't know if people like realize that you're literally living on the road for like that duration of time. I guess I didn't really thought about it, but like
The craziest part. Okay, so like I guess when you're like really big, when you're really big, you have like a tour bus and everything, and so you have like your bed on the road, like, and you have like a closet on there and everything. But
at this stage,
we were just in like a SUV, like a big like expedition.
Okay.
And so we would pull into a city and check in to like a hotel.
Okay.
And we had like 10 bags. And
you're like unloading your life and loading it back up every
day and night, like loading in and loading out, just suitcases of your clothes.
Ever unpack,
No.
So you like loaded all of
For
your own
7
gear,
weeks.
like all of your own equipment and audio, like
Oh no,
lights?
not that. Just like
Okay.
so. Well, I guess it probably depends, like per situation. With me being an opener, they were like Natalie's team was just so like easygoing and nice. So we were able to use like her front of house guy and like the person she brought for merch and stuff. So we didn't have to bring like as much as maybe someone else would. So we just brought like me, Sam, my guitarist, and my manager. And so the guitarist would bring like his stuff in every day. But
Yeah, but
they
more so
kind of-
just
they
like-
just kind of kept my mic and like would
Yeah.
set that up, and that was kind of all we had.
But more so just like the living aspect of it. Like when you go on like a trip and you check into a hotel, like you open your suitcase, you get your toothbrush out, you put your shampoo in the shower. It's like, no, you literally just like unpack, you leave, go to the show, come back, you grab your like toothbrush out of your bag, brush your teeth, put it back in the bag. Like you never get to like settle. Like it's just
Yeah.
always like,
Well, and I feel like you just have more stuff on tour because like I had like my kettle, and then I had like we were getting sick, so we had like a bag full of all this medicine we had brought. So I feel like and I had
So
like a
much.
big thing of all my makeup also. So you're just like lugging like all this stuff
But
around.
it was so fun though. Like, you know,
Yeah,
it's
it went
just,
by really fast. Like, we really enjoyed it more than I thought. I was really worried that, like, I'd hate it and just, like, hate being on the road. But it was, like, a really cool experience. So
And how many cities was it?
it was supposed to be 24 shows. 2 got canceled. But we still went to, like, I guess 24 different cities then.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just driving around the United
Yeah.
States of America, just city
Yeah.
to city.
I think we
You
put
literally, like-
13,000 miles on the car that we rented.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the average day is, like, you wake up, woke up
Well,
in
you
the
wake
city.
up sometime, right?
Yeah, you wake up and you usually like would drive to the next city, go to like sound check, perform, sleep, wake up and do it again. Is like pretty much the cycle. Sometimes I think every like 3 shows you'd have like another day off, which sometimes was spent just driving because it was like a further distance. But yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That's so cool. You're such a good sport too.
I know.
Like, what
I'm
is your
so
role?
lucky.
Oh,
Dude, honestly though, like I love it because one, if I were to stay home, I'd be freaking bored out of my mind because I would just be alone for 7 weeks, which would not fly. But I could go to the gym, which was hard not to go to the gym and like have a routine on tour. That was the hard
Sam
thing.
loves the gym. Like he hates missing the gym for a single day.
But for tour, it was okay. But if I was at home, it would be like even worse. So I was, you know, I was pretty much her little assistant. You know,
Couldn't you just do a run or find some like gym on the road to work out at?
Yeah, dude, those hotel gyms are like
We weren't staying at like bougie hotels, so they were.
Holiday Inns and stuff. And dude, those hotels are crazy. Those like
Maybe
gyms.
next time it'll be a little more elevated.
Yeah.
But
Dude, it's funny. Whenever I travel, like I don't like to spend if I'm by myself, not with my family, but if I'm by myself, I don't like to spend money on a hotel. So I'll just get like the cheapest one,
Yeah.
and then it just smells like mold. Like
Yeah.
you walk in, and it's just like, what am I smelling right now? Are there like, is there a sandwich underneath the
Literally.
bed that's been under?
some of the places were questionable.
that was like the game on tour. It was like, what is the hotel going to look like in this city? Because some of them,
They're not built equal. Like some
No.
Holiday Inns are really nice and
Some
it's like
are-
good, but then some were like, whoa.
yeah, some are like pushing bougie, and then some were sandwiches under the bed like crazy. Yeah.
I don't know, Matt. We had a couple pretty memorable
Oh,
hotels,
gosh.
like before we had kids.
The one in California, no, the one that we stayed at with me, you, and Griffin one time. You
Oh
guys,
yeah,
we
it
stayed
was
at
a
this-
Sheridan. We thought Sheridan was like supposed to be nice. Sheridans are not created equal. This one was. I got bed bugs.
Abby had bites all
You guys
over
had
her
bed bugs?
her legs, bed bugs.
We think it was bed bugs. It wasn't like.
We have
probably.
pictures and videos. It was bed bugs. Like it
And
looked,
I was also like already sick in bed, so then I got it way worse because I was in the bed all day, and then I was like, "What in the world?" Like,
Oh, to already be sick.
That's
and then,
horrible.
Yeah, this was actually-
And then they just said they couldn't refund us, so they just moved us to a different room.
Oh, heck no.
yeah, we should have definitely we should have like
It's because we booked it through like a
Thrown
third
a fit
party,
or
like
something.
Oh my
Expedia or
gosh,
something
if
like
there was
that.
bed bugs in my bed.
See,
I
I
would
always
worry
feel
about bringing
bad,
them home.
right? Because like
Yeah,
it's
we-
not. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
It's not the person's fault who's dealing with all the guest complaints that there's bed bugs in your room. So I don't want to pitch a fit and
Oh,
like
yeah.
ruin their day.
Yeah, just the
Yeah.
receptionist.
It's just their
it's-
job.
It's
Yeah.
just their job. So I have empathy for them, but then I always screw myself because I don't like speak up enough
You're
and
like,
advocate
this
for
is
myself.
actually really bad,
Because
guys.
we should have never had to pay for a hotel that had bed bugs in
Absolutely.
it.
But we paid full price, so
And
it's
we
all
paid,
good.
it was in California, so it was like $400.
It was
We're
for a
both
night.
not good like that. Like I feel like we're always like, no, you say something.
She makes me. She
you-
makes me go into Ulta to return her
I hate
products.
returning stuff too.
You do it though.
I do it.
Return your
Well,
Ulta.
straight off, like if he needs like water at a restaurant, I'll be the one to ask for it.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
We
true.
like trade off on things. So
Yeah, the only thing I've gotten better, like if we're at a restaurant and they like completely bring out my order wrong, I will let them know and I'm still gonna tip them.
You're more likely to speak up than me. I
at a
feel like.
restaurant because I used to be a server and I knew like as
Yeah.
a server it didn't. I was like,
You
I'll
want
just,
to help the
it's like
the guests, like
yeah.
I'll just tell the kitchen, hey, the food got messed up. We just need this, and then it's like no big
It's
deal.
all chill.
Obviously,
Yeah.
it costs the restaurant some money, but you're not gonna hurt this like server who's getting paid like $3 an hour.
Yeah, and I
right?
think the
But in your
restaurant
head,
would
you're-
want like if they could fix it for you, you're gonna come back. So
Yeah.
it's not like the restaurant would probably be more than happy.
Yeah,
to
and we
fix it.
always take care of the servers, so it's like I never feel bad if they actually do mess up the food. I will say, hey, by the
You're,
way,
like, nice
not a
about
big
it.
deal, but if you could just like fix this and they're chill. So
Yeah.
usually it's because they put cheese on something. Matt did not want cheese. But
Yeah.
I admitted to Matt in the car yesterday, I was like, he says he doesn't like so many cheeses, but he says all the time, he's like, I never eat Parmesan. I hate Parmesan. And I was like, Matt, just so you know, a lot of your favorite dishes that I make have Parmesan in them. You just have no clue.
That's
He's like,
funny.
I'm on to you. I figured that out by now. The big thing is my dad would just pour like powdered Parmesan onto his spaghetti, and it
Oh.
smelled so bad. So bad. I hate powdered Parmesan.
I love it. Well, I like
Jess
it on
right
my
there.
spaghetti, but I like the grated too. I mean, I don't discriminate.
you're like, I like any cheese.
My sister though, she would dump it in her like ramen, and that smelled horrid. That was awful.
Cheese just smells bad. Like it literally smells like farts. Like why would you want to eat something
Yeah,
that
so do
smells
eggs, but we
like
still eat
farts?
them.
Not a big cheese guy over
Broccoli.
here.
Not a big cheese guy over here.
Gosh. The amount of times I've heard Matt say not a big cheese
Not a
guy.
big cheese guy.
Which one of you is the cook in your relationship?
Definitely me.
Definitely him. I feel like I could follow a recipe if I like wanted to, but I just like
I
he
just
likes
like- I
he
love
likes
it.
it, so I'm not gonna complain.
Yeah.
I'll let him take. And he's really good at it.
What do
He's
you
also-
cook?
Oh, like all these things.
Whatever
He
you
also started
want.
like posting some like cooking videos recently.
That's
he does
awesome.
a really good job
Low-key.
at.
A little low-key some Instagram videos, but
He makes, I mean, everything.
I mean, I think I'm just good at following a recipe and just making it look good. I'm not out here like making my own recipes and
Yeah, that's
doing
how I
all
am.
this
I'm like,
crazy.
I can follow directions really well.
If it
Yeah.
ends up not tasting good though, are you offended if someone tells you because it's not your recipe? Does that make sense?
No, but it always does taste low-key good. So
It always works.
I mean, have I ever made anything that was like really bad?
No, but I'll tell him if like sometimes if he like puts a seasoning on chicken, I'm like, oh, this doesn't
Yeah.
taste like as good as last time.
But
Like,
no, I don't
put
care,
that.
like, if-
But
Like something
Yeah.
tastes bad, I'm like, bro, tell me because we can go get something else. Like if it doesn't taste good, we can go to In-N-Out or something.
you know, I feel like well, also he makes me usually pick the recipe. He'll be like, can you tell me what to make? Because he doesn't want to like find something, so I'll send it to him. So if I don't like it, it's kind of like I picked it.
You're like, it's on me.
Yeah.
Abby is a fantastic cook, a fantastic chef, baker, all of that. Like so talented. But one time our friends made cookies. This was when we were living in Hawaii, and the cookies were
Why
like
do you always bring this?
they were like the best cookies I've ever had in my life. And
still thinking
I
about
learned
it.
the hard way, like to not like I can compliment my wife's cooking, but I should be careful about complimenting another woman's cooking.
I'm not even offended by
Because
that.
Abby, you at the time you got so
It was
offended.
the way that
'cause-
every single time you're like, can you please give Abby your recipe for cookies? These cookies are like, it was like so over the top. I was like, all right, if you hate me, just
Just
say
go over
it.
there and get her cookies then.
That's so
not-
funny.
that's not at all
Maybe
what-
you should live with her and she can make you the cookies whenever you.
I literally was just complimenting your cookies. That's all it was. That's all it was.
And I
so
wasn't
funny.
actually mad. I was just kind of joking with you.
That's so funny.
Abby,
is
and you know
really
what? You're a
funny.
better chef than she is. You're better.
Don't say
Wow.
that.
I enjoy it.
I don't need you to say that.
I think your food's better. So
You're messed
that's
up.
not. I did not mean for that to sound weird at all. Okay.
I would say what? Jess does make a mean like box brownie. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
let's
Those ones.
go.
Actually, I do all the baking. And I do cookies from
she
scratch.
makes the sourdough.
Oh yeah, I'll do the baking.
Little
Yeah,
baker girl.
yeah.
That's sweet.
Isn't it tricky though? Like, I don't know who it is that makes more dessert. I'm guessing Jess makes more of the dessert because when Abby will bake a bunch of cookies, I have like once I smell fresh baked chocolate chip cookies, my self control goes out the window.
You know what's
Okay,
crazy?
yeah.
Is this the opposite? Like
I kind of wish he was like that because I grew up in a family. We were talking about this. I grew up every night having dessert, and like both my parents, everyone in my family would like if we made brownies, like they'd be gone that night. Like everyone's gonna just like eat the whole thing.
the cookies go bad in our house because
If-
I
if-
don't care for cookies.
He'll have 2 the first night, and then he just doesn't like feel the urge after that. And I like will want to eat them all, but I'm like I'm gonna get fat if I eat them all. So then I try not to, and then they just go bad, and so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more of a gummy guy. Give me some. Give me 5 pounds of gummy bears. They'll be gone. Like
That's
Bro,
his thing.
I'm the complete opposite. You gave me 5 pounds of gummy bears, I will never touch them ever. Like give me
well, we
5.
can just swap. I'll give you the cookies. You give me the gummy bears, and we'll be all straight.
Bro, and then we'll both be obese.
No, seriously.
No, I'm serious. If you gave him a bag of candy, it's literally gone. Like he loves
Oh.
candy.
No, I've told Abby like sometimes if it's like okay, we have like cake on the counter and then there's like muffins, you know, sitting out, and then she's like making cookies. I'm like, are you trying to give me type 2 diabetes right now?
I just love to bake. But I don't really, like you said, I don't really like love to eat it. I mean, I like it, but
I feel like it'd be better for my health if
Really?
you
I
weren't
wish I
good
was-
at baking because then I wouldn't eat so many sweets.
I try not to. I'm like, I'll make them for somebody or something. Thank you to ZocDoc for sponsoring this portion of today's episode.
If you are always driving to a doctor's office to have a doctor's appointment, you might want to consider this little thing called an appointment from the comfort of your home. Because that's what I did. That's actually how I was able to be diagnosed with ADHD. I knew I've had it for years, but I wasn't putting anything on the calendar to go ahead and get diagnosed. And thank goodness Abby was able to do that for me.
Yes.
Thank you, babe.
ZocDoc is very easy to use. It's a free app and website where you can search and compare high quality in-network doctors, choose the right one for your needs, and click to instantly book an appointment. We're talking about in-network appointments with more than 100,000 healthcare providers across every specialty, from mental health to dental health, eye care to skincare, and much more. Like Matt said, the process was so user-friendly, which I really appreciate, because that was kind of a step into adulthood that I was like, this is way more complicated and confusing and feels more intimidating than I ever could have imagined.
But that's why I wasn't doing the appointment. And
Right.
it was so much easier than I thought it'd be, because all you do is you download this app on your phone. Everything's right there. You can video chat the doctor from your phone. They ask you questions.
And it's really nice too, because you can filter your doctors that take your insurance too.
Yeah.
So they just make it super streamlined and simple, which is nice. And plus, ZocDoc appointments happen fast, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking. You can even score same-day appointments sometimes. It just makes it so easy for you. I use ZocDoc, and you should too. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/unplanned to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/unplanned. ZocDoc.com/unplanned.
What would you say you're most excited for with music? Because you're also going to headline a tour coming up, right?
Yeah, we haven't like officially announced that, but we have a headline tour in the works. So I can't say like when it's happening, but just stay tuned for like on sale dates. But
Crazy.
yeah, I'm super excited and super nervous at the same time, because like I just hope people come. But I'm so excited. Like, it was so fun last time, and I think like getting to watch Natalie, she's just so incredible. It like is super inspiring. So I'm excited to like put together my own show and like find who will open for me and like just put together the whole thing. I think it's like also a really fun bonding experience with your crew. You know, you kind of travel around together for a month and a half. So I'm excited to see like who that turns into and like how we all mesh. And honestly, like the most exciting part is just like performing for fans and like seeing people like sing your songs is like so surreal. And I feel like as an opener, you don't really know like who's actually coming to see you or who maybe just knows you but came to see Natalie. So I think that'll
my
be like,
mind was blown. Like the amount of fans, like every single city.
I was so nervous. Yeah.
Like everybody screaming the words of her songs. I was like, dude, this is like
I was especially because like
crazy.
most of the shows had already like sold out when like I announced that I was opening. So I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna go and no one's gonna know any of my songs. But it was so reassuring. Like the first night, like I remember seeing a fan, and she came to 3 shows actually, but she was singing every single word, and I was so nervous. I remember looking at her, and like she was just like mouthing all the words to me, and it was just like, okay, I can do this.
I think it's just so crazy because like the world that like we live in, right? We do social media, we post videos, and I think we get like lost in like the view count, right? We could post a video and it gets 10 million views, and after doing it for 5 years, like it's
just
not,
a number.
Not that you're ungrateful, but it turns into just kind of like a number, like, oh, that video did really good.
Yeah.
That's all you say. But then you go on tour
You get
and
to see people, yeah.
you see 500 people, like only 500 compared to like millions of views online, but only 500 people in a room.
It's a lot of people.
Crying, buying merch, singing your songs. Like,
Yeah, it's
that
pretty
is way more
crazy.
fulfilling than like getting a billion views, like just on like the screen.
Yeah,
That's
it's
really
pretty cool to like have them come up and they like spent their own money to like wear your merch and like take a picture with you, and like you said, sometimes they're crying to your songs, and it's just it's so surreal.
Like,
so
just
I'm
seeing
so
it in
excited
person,
to do that
yeah.
again and meet people.
It was really neat getting to go to your tour in Phoenix. I think I saw, was that your second show of the tour?
I think so.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
You saw me like really fresh.
And Sam's back there like with the camera getting all your
Yeah.
like BTS.
Yeah, you'll have to come to the next one. I'll be like a little bit more rounded after having done more shows now. But yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. Thanks for coming to that. It was fun to have you there.
Of course, yeah. It was cool to see. It was really inspiring too to see. You guys just kill it. And I mean, you've got such a supportive husband who's
I know, I'm so lucky.
Yeah, I'm just
Behind
out
the
there
scenes.
filming it. It's fun.
filming all of that. Yeah, I guess you were like in a way Jess's like personal video guy the whole
Pretty
the whole
much.
tour, right?
Pretty much, yeah. That's not like what I do. Like I'm not. I mean, actually, I used to be into photography and like in high school, but just like that, I have the camera, a nice camera, and know how to use it. I'm like, well, I might as well use it and get videos for her because she doesn't have someone on the road for that. So.
Yeah, when you're like an opener, your budget's like really small, so like having him do video just like made the most sense. I think like doing a headline, you're gonna be spending more because you're gonna make more back, so we'll probably like have someone come along and that's just like their dedicated job. But
Nice.
Yeah, it's so handy that he was able to like film
might as
everything
well,
for me.
Yeah.
Especially after 20 shows, it's not new to me. Like the show's not new to me, so I don't need to necessarily be just
he's
watching it,
he's watching the same show every night.
Yeah, so I can really just kind of almost detach and just like get the content and make it kind of like that. It's fun. I like
Do you
that.
guys, okay, did you take Sam's last name?
I did legally. Yeah.
No way. Okay,
Yeah,
because your
it's
name on
Jessica Jose.
Instagram is different than his last name on Instagram.
Yeah,
So
okay.
it was throwing me off.
This is probably like bad, but like the username wasn't available and I had Jessica Bio. All my music was under that. And so I was just like, it just felt easier to keep it.
Yeah.
I guess. So like I changed it legally. It's on my passport. My ID it's Jose. Like
I honestly
at
like how
church-
Jessica Bio sounds better too. I don't really like how Jessica Jose sounds, especially for like an artist name. I'm like, yeah, you can.
It just is what I had, and I think music was kind of already like turning into something a little bit at the time, and so we were like, let's just like leave it how it is, and like it made the username easier across all platforms. Like I feel like that one was taken on everything, and so we were
Yeah.
like,
Which
let's
one
just
do you
leave it.
respond to more?
I feel like both. Like at church, people say Jessica Jose,
Okay.
but like I feel like outside.
I mean,
of
everyone just
that-
calls you Jess.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
calls me Jess.
Yeah.
yeah, I
you know.
guess there's not really many instances where you.
Yeah.
Growing up, did people say "No way, Jose" to you all
Oh,
the time?
dude, no way, Jose,
You know-
San Jose. Oh, I was on like the Pee Wee
San
football
Jose?
team.
Okay.
I was on the Pee Wee football team, like second, third grade vibes, But like the coach went up to my mom and he's like, "Is your son's name actually Sam?" And she's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You didn't name him that like because of San Jose, like the city, because it's literally one letter off." And she was like, "Oh, I never even thought about that." Like it was her
It
first
didn't
time.
cross your
I was
mind.
like, "How do you not think about that?" But no,
Yeah,
that
I didn't
was
think of that.
yeah, my whole life. I don't get it now, but during school, it was topic of conversation.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Did that get to you? Where people would be
No.
like, "Stop saying no way, Jose." I'm sick of it.
No, I kind of liked it. I was like,
You liked
it gave me something that was like,
Yeah.
no one else was getting that. No one else had that name, so I was like, I got something going.
That was what was going for him.
That's all I had going for me. Was my interest. In it.
Were you bummed when Jess kept her like original name on all of her music? Were you
No,
kinda just like-
honestly not. And
At
there
first, you were like you were like, wait, you're not gonna change it. But then I think
but after we talked about it for literally 5 minutes, I was completely
Also
fine with
5
it.
minutes.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
5 minutes later.
But and that was like the main comment we got for so long was just like, "Oh my gosh."
Oh, really?
And I'm just like, dude, like, it's fine. Like, I really don't care.
especially in like today's society, I feel like it is more and more common for like women to maybe keep it or just like add it on as another name.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
did just change it. Like it's
Yeah.
not
I
legally.
feel like I actually did change
It
my
makes
name.
sense
Yeah.
though, like
Yeah.
because you had an established brand already under your original name.
Right. Like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's social media. It's a business. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's like she has it on her license. She has it on her there's it's
well,
not.
most importantly, we're married.
Yeah.
You know,
At the
that's,
end of the day, like that's what I'm trying to say. Like at the end of the day, it
just
doesn't
a
matter
name.
what social media portrays it as. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
Have you guys had any weird things happen to you with doing social media at your job? Or I don't know if there was anything weird that happened on tour, like any crazy stories where something unexpected happened.
my parents were trying to come to it was the Houston show. They were like driving out to come to that show, and Natalie like unfortunately got sick that night and had to cancel, but they were like already almost there. And like the next day we were playing in Nashville, but my parents were headed to like Gordon's swim meet the next day, my little brother, and so they weren't gonna be able to see it. And it was like really important to me like to come to my first time going on tour to see me like singing all my own songs. So I was pretty bummed that they like had already drove out.
Yeah.
They weren't gonna be able to like come. But then like literally that night the swim meet somehow like I guess there wasn't enough kids, so they pushed it like a day, so they were able to like drive overnight.
It was crazy.
They drove like
What?
overnight to Nashville and then drove like straight from the show, or no, they drove
Yeah.
to Nashville, slept, and then after the show they drove like overnight to a swim meet.
Yeah.
Oh my
I was like
goodness.
worried they wouldn't make it, but I felt like
It's
everything
insane.
just like worked
Yeah.
out just so they could be there for me, which was like really cool.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, so that was cool. I feel like that was like just something where things just kind of just like lined up in a really cool way where they could be there. So
your parents are really supportive of your
yeah,
career.
yeah, no, absolutely. Like my mom's been like trying to do this thing with me since I was like 10. So I think it's
Aw.
really cool for her to see it like kind of happen. So
That's so cool.
yeah, she's definitely been like a big cheerleader from the beginning. I'm very lucky.
Aw.
Even with the main act being sick one night, you couldn't just hop in and perform. It's not like you can.
Well, you know, people like pay to see Natalie.
Yeah.
So like they'd have to like refund that and then like maybe just like put the tickets for I don't know. It wasn't even like an option really. It was
No.
like so last minute that it had happened to. I think they had already like set up the room and then like they had to call it off because like when you are a headliner, you have to be really careful because like if she were to overdo it, then she could be out for a few shows. So like I understand why she decided to just like be safe that night. But yeah, I guess like for me, that's what my mom was saying. Like, can't you just go up there and still perform? But
Yeah.
it's
It's like,
just
you know, if
all
you
the
get a
back
ticket
end.
to a concert and like the headliner's sick, like you don't want to go and just see the opener.
Yeah, you go to see Beyonce.
Some
and
people
then
might
it's
still
like,
come,
yeah.
but
some lesser artist open, and it's like it's still cool, but you're like, I paid to see Beyonce.
Yeah.
yeah, so
Like-
you'd have to still like issue refunds, and then you don't really know who's
Yeah.
coming.
Just be like a whole thing.
Which I'm
you
sure
know?
there's a lot of people that bought tickets just to see you, or like people that were like really, really excited to see you.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Yeah.
Hopefully, yeah, hopefully.
I mean, if they're singing the lyrics to your songs, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
hopefully they'll come to the. Well, we should be going back to this. I think
Yeah.
that's on the list.
We're
So
going everywhere, baby.
Well, okay. What's crazy to me though, like when you think about canceling a concert, think about when it's a stadium, like when
That's
it's like
insane.
20,000
Yeah.
people.
Oh, and
think
people
about the amount
fly
of
in.
money lost, and like it's crazy to me, like everyone buying tickets and then the hotels and the flights, like
Yeah.
that must be crazy when Shawn Mendes or you know
Yeah.
Oh,
Taylor
no, it's-
Swift has to cancel.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a big loss, but
yeah, I think like some people. I mean, obviously, if you're like super sick, there's nothing you can do. You have to cancel. But I think they probably do like put things in place, or maybe they'll have like an alternate show built to
Yeah.
where like the leads are in to help support her, so she's not having to like sing.
you can
the
more
whole
just
time.
like
More-
mouth it and perform just so you can still do the shows.
I've
type
thought
of
about-
vibes.
I've thought about
Yeah.
that. I'm like, have they ever just let them mouth the lyrics?
Oh, for
and
sure.
They just kind of dance around and pretend they're
people
singing.
that dance a lot, I think like do at that level. I've heard like there's a lot more like lip syncing going on than
Yeah.
you think, just because like they're running around such a big stage that they'll like record an alternate version so it still sounds more live, and they probably
Yeah.
are still singing parts, but maybe the parts where they're dancing, they're just like built
I
into
don't
the track.
blame them. That's
I know,
exhausting.
yeah.
No, it's already like amazing, like just everything they're having to remember. Like Taylor Swift doing 3 hours, I just like can't even.
There's no shot she's singing straight for
That is
3 hours.
crazy.
Well, I don't know. We don't know.
Maybe she's just built different, but
Maybe she's just built
yeah.
I know that you said your 4-year anniversary is coming up. I think there's something on social media about you getting a new wedding ring. Was that something that
Oh
happened
yeah,
recently?
that was for our 3-year wedding anniversary.
Yeah, I got a new one.
Wow, that thing's huge.
I know. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, we always like wanted to go to Europe as like just a trip, and so we went to Greece, and that's where I gave her that. We like we renewed our vows and everything, and it was actually like a brand deal like situation, but it wasn't. It's hard to explain, but like it was a surprise to her, and
Yeah, the management had worked it out for him, bro. He got to like pick it out and
it's so
surprise
hard
me
to
with
explain. But like, anyways, we booked a trip
which
to
is
Greece.
nice. Yeah, I mean,
We went
I
to
don't think
Italy.
we probably would have like upgraded it, like because it is so expensive. But it was so nice. like,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
be surprised with. I was like, oh my gosh.
So I was like, okay, well, if we're doing that, like, then we can't just stay in
Oh yeah,
Utah.
he was like, we have to go somewhere.
I was like, dude, we're going to Greece. Like, I can't give you
If we're
this.
doing that,
if I'm giving you
I'm
this
not giving
ring,
that to you in our living room.
that's what I'm saying. So I was like, okay, like,
so yeah, I'm really
we're going
glad.
to Greece. We're going to Italy. We went to Switzerland. Like, we made a whole thing out of it.
Sweet.
And it was just, yeah,
And
even
I kind
though.
of thought he was up to something the whole time, but I like wasn't like for sure. But like prior, he had
You're
kind
like,
of
we're
asked
already
me.
married.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We were like doing this photo shoot there, but then like
we were like renewing our vows. And
the
even
same
though
time.
it was like a partnership with the ring, it was like, I mean, like, we were both crying. Like, it was such like, it was still
Aw.
such a special thing, even though.
just to reread them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you to Article for sponsoring this portion of today's episode.
You guys, we've had our article furniture now for a couple weeks, and it has transformed our space. Our kitchen table is stunning. It's
So
all
pretty.
article. All the chairs are article. It's beautiful.
It felt like a major upgrade. And the thing about article that's really nice is that you're getting furniture that is very, very, very good quality, and it looks high end, and it really is a high end, but it's at such a fair pricing, and it comes so quickly. This is my pet peeve with some of like the high end furniture. You order it, you're paying such a high price, and yet you're waiting months and months, or like it's back ordered and blah blah. It's all no. Articles process. I ordered it on a Monday. Friday morning we were eating breakfast.
I
on
didn't
it.
realize it came in that fast.
So quickly.
I thought for sure it would have been a couple weeks because, yeah, most furniture companies take forever.
And Article believes in delightful design for every home. Their curated assortment of mid-century modern, coastal, industrial, Scandi, and boho designs make furniture shopping simple. They have a team of designers that are all about finding the perfect balance between style, quality, and price. They're dedicated to thoughtful craftsmanship that stands the test of time and looks good doing it. And I will continue to shop Article. I'm so excited to start replacing, as we go down the line and live in our house more and find our style more, replacing the furniture that we currently have with more Article pieces. It's an easy yes every time if it's Article. And they're offering our listeners $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. That's actually a great deal. To claim, visit article.com/unplanned and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout. That's article.com/unplanned for $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more.
The first ring he got me, he literally bought when he was like 17. So he
dude.
had always wanted to like get something a little bigger.
I was 17 and they had like a Valentine's Day sale, and I like spent every single dollar I had to buy it, and it wasn't a lot. It was not a lot.
It was actually $20.
It was more than that, but it was not a lot. And like I literally spent everything I had on it so that I could propose, because I literally bought it since it was on sale. I was like, dude, this is a good sale. I have to get it now because then I won't be able to afford it then.
You didn't propose till June then.
It was like a
Yeah,
year
so
later.
he-
Yeah, I had it for probably
February.
Sorry,
too.
it was February to June. Yeah, so it was like
Okay, yeah.
whatever, how
6
many months
months.
that is. Yeah, so then I've always wanted to, not that your ring size matters in your relationship, doesn't like measure the love that you have for somebody, but I mean, I had always wanted to get something, a little nicer, because at the time that's all I got. Wasn't that big, but
Did you know that he had bought the ring at the time, the original one?
I think I kind of knew. I had to like
I
kind of
think you
pick it
sent
out.
me which one to buy.
Oh yeah, no. Well, we had went and like looked at like rings
Yeah.
in the mall and stuff. So I think I had like told him like you don't have to get it, but there is a sale going on.
I just didn't let her see it. Like, she knew I got it, but it was like,
And I didn't know when he was gonna propose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did know
Yeah.
that you had it in your room. Yeah.
That's sweet. How
Yeah.
did you end up proposing?
actually pretty crazy. So up in our town, it was like 40 minutes out, like 20 minutes on a dirt road through the forest, and there's like this crazy overlook. And I actually had her best friend like help me make this PVC pipe wrapped in flowers like arch thing, and then I put a blanket down, candles and everything, and then had her friend that helped me set it up like take her out to get her nails done, and then like pretty
Yeah.
much
I definitely like had a feeling it was happening that night, but she actually really confused me because like she was like she kept like taking wrong turns because she was trying to stall.
No, it was crazy. Our proposal story is actually wild because literally it should take only 40 minutes from my house to get to where I was going to propose. On the way, there's an oil spill on the
highway.
on the highway, like that I have to get on. Like, it was backed up for hours. And it was like her friend was already taking her there, like everything. The photographers were like half a mile in front of me. Like, it was all set, right? And I was like, I remember calling my mom. I was like just bawling on the phone. I was like, this isn't going to work. Like, everything's going wrong. Like, blah, blah, blah. But then like I ended up getting there probably like an hour later than I wanted to, but the sunset was still happening. And then, yeah, her friend, because I was texting her friend, I was like, dude, don't get there yet. Don't get there. Because she was going from a different way, like a different side of the highway. So they were getting there easier than I was. And so then her friend, like, she's like, Jess, I need to go to the bathroom. So she just pulls off and just starts peeing
on the side of the road.
like
Oh.
in like,
She
the
was
middle
just
of the
like
woods.
trying to stall. She's like, I just can't hold it.
Your
And-
friend is literally
She came
peeing
in
on-
clutch.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
For
yeah,
real.
she was dedicated.
Yeah, so
She was dedicated.
Have you guys ever done that before, Sam?
what?
Peed on the side of the road?
Oh, for
Oh,
sure.
oh, I
Not
have
like
too.
public indecency vibes, but it was like in the forest.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, same.
Yeah.
We've had our
What a random
situations.
question.
I'm sorry. I mean, like, I feel like that's people go through that. Anyway,
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, I had like I wanted probably like I just missed something.
Sorry. Back to the oil spill. You're trying to propose to your wife.
No, that's about it. But I originally wanted.
Can I tell the story?
What story are you?
When you peed in the coffee cup and I got on my hand and I had to chuck it. We were like in the middle of nowhere in Hawaii on a trip in the Big Island.
I vaguely remember that.
Surrounded by volcanic rock. I actually have a video of this, but it's like deep back on a hard drive. Anyway, yeah.
Good.
It's hidden in the
but like
drive.
there was no bathroom. Like we were in the middle of nowhere. Like in this we were in Volcanoes National Park, and just like in the middle of nowhere because the park's huge. There's just so much like lava and stuff. Anyway, but it's the lava we were around was. It had hardened. It was no longer gonna like kill us. But yeah, that's when you said that your friend peed on the side of the road. That just like instantly brought me back to that memory.
That memory.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
a special moment.
I barely remember that. That's disgusting.
That's so funny.
Okay. Oil spill.
Oh yeah, what
Friend
was
pees
I-
on the side of the road.
No, that's about it. It was
Yeah,
pretty.
it all worked
It was
out.
a journey to get there, but she said yes at the end of the day, and it's all good.
Was
It
your
was
family
perfect.
there?
No,
Oh, it was just you guys.
heck no. Yeah,
Just
just us.
photographer.
And her friend like left after.
Like, I don't even know where she went. She just like
Yeah.
just dropped me
She's
off.
like,
and-
I'm done here.
yeah.
Which is honestly better. I feel like not that family is bad to be in those situations, but you know, sometimes you just want to be, you know, just you.
That's how honestly we did it, even though we were surrounded by strangers. But like we didn't have anyone like talking
Oh
to us
yeah, you
afterwards.
guys, you proposed her at Disney, huh?
Yeah, nobody was there. It was
but
literally
like none
just
of our
us.
family or friends
Oh,
was there.
wow.
But I honestly love that. Like I felt like it was great to have everyone at the wedding, but like that moment was really special to just like share between the two of us. 'Cause
Yeah, I
it's
don't think
ultimately,
family needs to be at proposals.
Bro,
know,
I
it is
handed this
special, though.
random dude my phone. He had no idea what was happening. I was like, "Hey,
We
it's
didn't
already
do social
recording."
media.
I was like, "Can you please just like hold this phone for me?"
You had a
And he's like,
stranger recorded?
Random dude.
And you
never.
could hear the guy in the background be like, oh, like he realizes how important the video
Starts
is.
getting all like set up more.
He's like, oh yeah, I gotta get ready.
Well, Disney has like photographers there, so I was like, "Oh, we'll just get a picture in front of the castle." And then right when I went down on a knee, the photographer knew what to do because I'm sure it happens at Disney, you
Oh,
know, where people
every day,
just
probably.
randomly show up and propose like I did. Probably not like the way that I did it, but I was only how old was I? 20?
No, you were 19.
I think I just turned.
Wow.
I turned 20 like 2 days before.
I
But,
was 19.
Yeah. Good times,
crazy.
man. Proposals are fun, aren't they? Like, isn't it
Yeah.
so
I know.
crazy?
That seems like
Honestly,
forever ago.
Isn't it crazy? Like you pretty much know that she's gonna say yes, or at least I did. I was like, "There's no way she's saying no," right? Like we pretty much talked about it, but like you still, like I was still like shaking and
He
like
was shaking.
it's just like why
I've
are you
never
so
seen
nervous?
him shake like that.
Like why are you so nervous when you know like the answer? It's just still like
Part of the reason I was shaking though is I was nervous of what other people would think about me, like this young kid
Really?
proposing. Yeah, did that not intimidate you at all?
They were alone.
Yeah, because we weren't. in
oh
front of
you mean
people.
like people at Disney?
Yes, but then in general too, like all
Oh.
throughout that time, I felt this pressure of people probably just think I'm a kid, and I was a kid, but at the same time, I knew what I knew and I knew what I wanted. And I
Yeah,
knew I wanted to
sometimes I
marry
did feel
Abby.
embarrassed to be like, my husband.
I mean, yeah, definitely,
Oh,
definitely walking around when we're 18 and I introduce her and like
My
my
fiance.
fiance. It definitely felt weird, and we definitely. I mean, we got a lot of
I
looks. And we
think
still get a lot of looks
I still
now.
feel weird saying
Yeah.
this is my husband.
We
Like,
still get a lot of looks.
I know
Like
we're
we were at something for the 4th of July, and like there's this older couple like in a parking lot, and they started talking to us. And we were like, oh, we've been married for 4 years. And she's like, would you get married when you were 5? Like, like no, we've been married. Like, we're 22. So we still get that, but I don't feel weird about it. Because,
Yeah,
you know, it's just our life.
Maybe I just got self-conscious about that. I don't know. But it was
okay.
definitely it was
okay, man.
it was a fun time though. And I don't know, like even now sometimes there was somebody at the resort we were just at when we went for our 5-year wedding anniversary that was shocked. She said the same thing to Abby. She was like, "You have 2 babies? Like, did you have babies when you were 5? Like, what?" Cuz
Yeah.
that is
It's a compliment, though, right at the end of the day.
yeah, it is a compliment
That you
and
have 2 kids, especially because you look so good and
Oh,
so
you're
young.
so sweet.
No,
Right?
seriously.
Abby, you look amazing.
No.
But what's nice though, if people do think like you're really young, what I've had to remind myself is, like you'll still look younger as you age. And bro, like I'm already getting wrinkles. I've got some gray hairs popping out. Okay, Abby's pointed them out to me. I've got
like
gray
them.
hairs now. Yeah, so like you guys, people are gonna be like, wow, you look so good for your age. Like, what's your secret? You know?
Yeah.
So that's definitely
Well, people
gonna
are
happen.
living longer in general, so I think like 50-year-olds probably don't look like
Yeah.
50-year-olds 200 years ago either. So we're probably just like also we probably do look younger because we're just like,
Plus,
living
with
longer.
like Botox and surgeries, it kind of I can't guess some people's age. I'm like some
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I feel like you're older, but you look so good. It's kind of deceiving.
Okay, it's funny you brought that up, Abby, because I actually saw my research on Sam and Jess. I'm pretty sure you got Botox recently, which makes me curious because I've heard there's so many benefits to it, right? Like apparently you could get Botox in your armpit and then you don't sweat out of your armpits anymore.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
That's what my brother keeps
that.
saying. He's like, I'm about to get Botox, but in my armpit. And I'm like, why?
Wait, is that like, where does it go then?
I don't know.
It seems
I
kind of
think
dangerous.
it makes it so you can't sweat. I don't know. Maybe it's not even Botox.
We'll start panting like dogs. Isn't that how they cool down?
Where did you wait? Yeah. What was your Botox experience?
Okay, the only reason I got it was I have always had an eyebrow that like raises. Like, do you see how this one like moves a little bit?
Okay.
So it would like arch like just right there. Like it was like
like a mountain.
Like a mountain.
It would just like make like a V right there, like like what's the word I'm looking for?
Uneven or
Like just like.
Like it had a mind of its own.
I can't think of the word, but without me like wanting it to. Like if I was doing photo shoots, I feel like I would just like try to raise my eyebrows, and this one would just be higher. And I've always noticed it since I was like a little kid.
Yeah.
And so like I don't know when it was, but I think I followed like a page in town that does like stuff like that, and they had posted someone who like had evened out theirs, and I was like, wait, I should do
You're
this.
like, that's a thing?
And it was like they were having like an anniversary sale, and it was like $15 for them. They literally put like 2 units above my eyebrow, and it just like literally relaxed the muscle. So now it like they're just
and that
more
was
even.
something that like she got a lot of hate on social media for getting Botox.
Wait, really?
Which is crazy, but it's like ever since we've been together for 8 years, and it's like the one thing that she's like not liked about herself is just her eyebrow, which is understandable because
It was just like uneven. It was kind of strange.
if you don't like it, it's fine. And so that's like the one thing that she didn't like. It's not like she's,
Okay, well, and then I went there, and like they were having like their anniversary sale, and so like me and my friend decided to like get our lips done too.
no way.
It was fun, which I feel like I'd never thought about doing, but my sister actually like got hers done recently, and I saw like how I think you think of like lip filler and like you think of people that have like maybe it overdone or something, and it seems like fake.
Well, same with Botox. Like, you go to LA and people, like you said,
can't move,
like,
they can't move their faces.
some people go crazy, but I mean, like, it was like one dot. That's all she did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like literally, yeah. So my sister, she had hers on. It looked really good, and so my friend like decided to go get it done together. And
Did it hurt?
the lips do hurt, but not as bad. Like not as bad as like I don't know. Have you gotten like waxed before?
Just my eyebrows.
Your eyebrows? I don't know. Like yeah, it probably hurts like that. It's just like a little like pinch, and like I think like I was like nervous that it would look like fake, but I feel like they look like I don't know. They're probably only
They look
noticeable
good.
to me. Like I feel like it's not something. I literally did like half a syringe, but I still got comments like, "Oh my gosh, you're like changing yourself. Why are you changing
It's just because
yourself?"
people hear the keywords, right? Lip filler, Botox, and think that she's like a Barbie now. But it's like, dude,
You're like, it's not all the same.
like it's
You're
okay. Yeah.
But $15, that's literally all it was above your eyebrow.
Well, because people like when they're trying to like relax wrinkles, they might like put like 20 units in like their forehead.
Okay.
And I think it's like usually like on average like $10 a unit. I think
Okay.
on sale it was like less. So yeah, like she only had to put 2 above my eyebrow just to relax that muscle,
No
just a
way.
hair. So it was literally like $15.
Okay,
That's
I have
all
like
it
a
was.
squinty eye, so like it's if there's a way to make my eyeball like open up more to where it's not so squinty.
don't know if they
can
can
they
do
do
anything.
that? Can they Botox my
I
squinty
mean,
eye?
I don't know. Maybe she was saying that like because they did this one might start like working more. It'll like train them to be more even. Just
No
kinda-
way.
Which is another thing I didn't know. Like I thought when people got lip filler or like Botox, I thought it was like permanent, but it like wears away. Like it wears
Yeah.
off. It doesn't stay. So like I'll have to like redo this every like 4 months. Depending, everyone's different. Like it metabolize like your lips like can metabolize in your
quick.
body or something.
Yeah.
So like I feel like people are like, oh, you got your lips done, but like in 6 months it'll be gone, and I'd have to like do it again if I wanted it.
Sam, if you got Botox, where'd you get it?
Honestly, actually, okay. I have like, I don't know if it's actually TMJ, but I might have TMJ.
It pops. Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
And I've heard that you can get Botox like in your jaw
Relax
to
it,
relax
yeah.
it.
Huh.
I get like your
So-
jaw pops when you eat food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Dude, let's go get Botox
Let's
together.
do it. We can be Botox buddies.
Botox
You guys are so
bros.
fake.
It sucks.
So fake. LA got to you both.
You guys are just
funny.
from freaking California.
I know. No, I don't know. I probably won't though, because I hate needles. I'm not about to do all that.
But if it like worked, I mean, I don't know.
Oh, bro, we used to get needles in our arms to donate plasma in college to
Oh.
get money.
Yeah.
To get money.
We were poor and
That's okay, yeah.
to get money.
I literally did that to get my books one semester.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, wow.
That's why I bought Abby's ring.
With your plasma money?
Yeah, I
That's
almost passed out though
crazy.
my second time, so they told me I couldn't donate anymore.
Yeah.
Dude, that
I
happens
hate
to me like
donating
every
blood.
time. I like can't. I don't
I
know.
think
hate
it's
it.
I don't know what made that happen.
Yeah. So hey, I mean,
It's because they use like a drinking straw size.
Right?
Yeah,
like,
Stick that thing right in you.
I have a permanent scar on my
Yeah,
arm
I
actually
kinda-
from where I donated plasma because I gave plasma so many times in college.
Really?
Yeah.
Crazy
Dang.
times.
Yeah.
How often did you go?
Like
as
every
much
other
as you-
week.
they
You're
let you.
hustling that, dude.
Dang.
Yeah,
that's
I was
sweet.
trying to sell my body for money.
Oh my god.
No, it's actually cool though because they do need that for like some like
Yeah.
medications and
Exactly.
stuff.
Well, that's why the plasma donation places exist because they need a consistent supply of it
Yeah, it's going
to
towards
make
a good
medicine
cause.
and then give people plasma that are in the hospital and have
What we should do is donate though, like donate
Yeah.
blood and platelets
Exactly.
and stuff.
and not get paid for it. Just
Oh no! Last time we went to donate blood, dude, it was the worst day of my life. It was so bad. They like stuck that thing in me,
They hit a
and
nerve.
they hit a nerve.
no.
I've never heard
Dude,
of that.
imagine getting shocked, like hit by lightning in your fingertip, straight from the sky all the way up, dude. It was crazy, and like
He
I
couldn't move his arm for like a month.
I couldn't move it for a month. Literally, like if I like moved it, like
Did you
tweaked it-
shake, like move?
Oh
when it
yeah,
happened?
and he kept going.
Yeah, we looked it up
Bro.
after, and he probably could have
I
like.
probably could have sued them, like actually.
Yeah, I guess
'Cause
it's like
every
really
time, like,
bad.
for a
Like, if,
month-
I guess if you say like you felt electricity, they're supposed to like stop because that's like not a good sign. But they
Yeah,
kept going.
It was
They
crazy.
kept going?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
he
finish
wanted
the
the
job.
blood.
But then like literally for like a month after, I could like barely like move my thumb like away, and like it would just shoot like it would just like shoot through with electricity.
No.
That is so.
It was the worst thing ever. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. The
No.
first
So
time
I
I
never-
talked him into doing it too. I'm just like,
Aw.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I firstly like just hate needles, and then that happens to me. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm never going back.
You talked him into doing it.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like going on. They had it at our church. Like they had like
A
I
blood
don't know,
drive.
Red Cross, you
Red
know?
Cross come and like do it, and I was like, oh, it'd be fun. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So I probably won't be partaking in that.
Like,
I have PTSD.
well, he had to get his blood drawn for something at the doctor, and he was so scared, but it was fine.
Yeah, they do a
It
better
was
job.
fine.
Yeah.
it worked out good.
That's
Crazy.
funny.
I also do want to say though, I feel like we had going back to like, I wanted to mention this with like the lifts and like
Oh, yeah.
everything.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like we were getting so many comments like about like you changing yourself or like being like a bad
Oh.
example, but like I just feel like personally, I don't know, I'd rather be open about that on social media because I feel like a lot of people maybe like on the internet like get work done or like actual surgery but like don't post about it, and I feel like
Yeah.
that's almost more harmful if you're not like if you're pretending like everything's natural. And I don't think anyone needs to or should get stuff done, but I feel like there's a lot of enhancements people do, like just dyeing your hair or like getting your eyebrows done or getting lash extensions. Like it's all just like an enhancement of like your natural beauty. So I feel like
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't feel like it should be like a taboo thing.
That's well said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my teeth done, and I think there were, I don't know, but I feel like there were a lot of comments being like, that's so fake, which I mean, valid, they are fake teeth.
but it's like if it makes you
I
feel
feel
good.
like they were making the point of like, as a comment on my personality because
Yeah.
I did that, and I was like, no, that's quite the contrary. But yeah, funny. Now I'm like, what else can I get done? I love my teeth.
Yeah, but if it makes you feel more confident, like, you know, like,
I
why not?
understand the what's the word, the stigma, because I felt that too, and I think it has a lot to do with like how you were raised. Being raised in the Midwest, it's very like shameful, I think, and it's very like if someone does get something done, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm pretty sure, like it's like a secret.
Yeah.
And it's like it is shameful, but
He didn't want me to do it at
shouldn't be.
first either. He was like kind of nervous. 'Cause
Well, no, I was just worried because there are like sometimes, and this is just my personal preference. I don't care. I'm not judging anybody, but like especially with lips.
Oh,
there
yeah.
are a
When
lot of
they
people
look too
who,
big.
who go like really crazy, and that was like kind of just my perception of just lip fillers. And I
Yeah.
thought, oh, you're gonna get lips done, you're gonna look like, you know,
a duck.
Daffy Duck.
Daffy Duck.
But then, you know, I'm like, oh, you can do whatever you want. You know, it's like
That's
I don't care. Yeah.
That's sweet.
What's next for you guys? What are the plans for this coming year in addition to tour and the album? Like, what do you guys have planned?
Man, I feel like we're so bad. We don't plan things like that. Well, we're doing tour. That's gonna be big.
I feel like those are
Um,
like the big things.
Yeah, I mean, probably I would assume another album because your first album's coming out this year.
I'm sure we'll start like another project after that. Not sure what that'll entail,
cool.
but yeah, no, I feel like that is becoming more and more like just like a big thing in our lives is music, which is cool. But like I think a lot more time goes into it than people maybe like think. Like you write the song, but then you send notes and then you do background vocals.
I mean, it's all this girl does all day. Like we got back from LA where she wrote like she had like 15 sessions. What was that, a month ago? Mm-hmm. And still just like yesterday, like it's like a constant communication about those songs that like she wrote a month ago. So it's like
a lot
it's a
of work
full-time
goes
thing,
into
but it's very
worth it.
Great.
But
reward,
yeah, I don't know. We don't have anything like crazy planned other than that. I feel like that's where like our focus has been, that and just like doing like our day-to-day like social media that we've been doing. So I don't know if that's very exciting, but
yeah, doesn't sound exciting to us, but it might be exciting. I don't know.
Well, thank you guys for coming on the show. Where can people find you, follow you on social media? Like, what's the best place to connect with you all?
Well, thank you for having us, first of all.
I know, we're such a fan of you guys and everything you guys
are doing.
Oh,
we never even mentioned this is our
Wait,
first
this is your
podcast.
first podcast?
Yeah,
We just at the beginning. It's our first ever podcast.
You nailed it.
You guys did great.
Did we do good?
You guys did
Incredible.
Well, thank you for having us. Pretty much just Sam and Jess everywhere, and then Jessica Bio for the music stuff.
On the music stuff, yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for having us, and it's been so fun getting to know you guys.
We might be little podcast people now.
Well, as always, this is where we say peace out, dudes, to end the episode. Is that cool? You guys want to join
Yeah.
us?
Let's do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Peace out, dudes.